All eyes are locked on Sunday because this isn't just another game. It's Eagles against Rams with real weight on the line. Both teams know the winner won't just add to the standings, they'll take control of the early season story. The Rams are being praised as one of the most complete rosters in football. They have the coach, the quarterback, and a defense that can win in the trenches. The Eagles bring their own brand of power, star talent, speed, and a chip on their shoulder after weeks of outside doubts. What makes this clash so big is how evenly matched it looks on paper. These aren't rebuilding teams or one-man shows. They're loaded lineups built for January, colliding in September with everyone watching. This game feels personal. The playoff memories are still fresh, the pressure is heavy, and every mistake will carry extra weight. And right before kickoff, a wave of injury news has added even more drama to the buildup. The biggest twist of the week came from the Rams' locker room. Defensive lineman Braden Fisk, one of their most important young pieces, aggravated an oblique injury and hasn't been able to practice. His status is doubtful, and even if he suits up, he won't be near full strength. For a team that leans heavily on its defensive front, this is a serious concern. Don't forget to subscribe to Red Zone Report for more powerful NFL stories. Philadelphia, on the other hand, caught a break. Jalen Carter, Dallas Goedert, and other key names cleared the final injury report. Only rookie back Will Shipley will sit out, leaving the Eagles almost at full strength. After weeks of questions about depth, that kind of clean bill of health feels like a huge boost heading into a game of this size. The matchup that suddenly looks different is in the run game. Fisk being sidelined opens the door for Saquon Barkley, who has a history of wrecking the Rams. In two past meetings, he piled up more than 450 rushing yards, including a record-breaking night in Los Angeles. Those numbers aren't easy to ignore, especially when LA's front is already stretched thin. At the same time, Barkley hasn't delivered his signature performance yet this season. Dallas and Kansas City both bottled him up, keeping him below 100 yards each time. That makes this weekend even more intriguing. Will the Rams be able to hold him down too? Or is this the game where he finally explodes? Momentum can swing fast in the NFL, and right now injuries have nudged it toward Philadelphia. But the Rams' defense still brings heavy pressure, and that sets the stage for a brutal battle in the trenches. If there's one area that will decide this matchup, it's the line of scrimmage. The Rams have built their identity around young pass rushers who can flip a game with one snap. Byron Young and Jared Verse are the names to watch, both capable of collapsing the pocket before receivers even break free. Philadelphia knows the danger. Lane Johnson and Jordan Mailata have been through plenty of tough battles, but this week requires near-perfect execution. Giving Jalen Hurts time is not just a luxury, it's survival. The Rams already proved last season how disruptive they can be, sacking Hurts 7 times in a playoff clash. On the other side, the Rams' protection unit has its own crisis. Starting guard Steve Ayel is ruled out again, leaving Matthew Stafford exposed to inside pressure. That's where Jalen Carter comes in. After a quiet opener, Carter has been waiting for the right game to unleash his power, and this could be it. Za'Darius Smith also enters as an X-factor. His debut snaps showed the burst and energy that made him one of the most respected edge rushers in the league. With Avila missing, Stafford may have little time to set his feet, and that can change the rhythm of LA's entire offense. It's a collision of strengths and weaknesses. The Rams' pass rush is peaking, but their own line is fragile. The Eagles' blockers face pressure, yet their defensive front smells opportunity. Whichever side wins the trench battle will likely walk out with the scoreboard in their favor. The passing game spotlight falls directly on A.J. Brown. With the Rams losing Ahkello Witherspoon to a broken clavicle, their secondary is suddenly thinner, forcing Emanuel Forbes into the primary role against Brown. That matchup has history, and it favors Philadelphia's star receiver. In past meetings, Brown has delivered big numbers against Los Angeles, topping 100 yards in both regular season clashes. The only time he slowed down was in the snowy playoff battle, a game where conditions and a key drop clouded his usual dominance. Forbes has been the corner tasked with stopping him before, and more often than not, Brown found ways to win. This week, Forbes is playing with added confidence. He has shown growth since his rookie struggles and enters with a reputation as a ball hawk. But covering Brown is a different challenge. At 6'1" and built with power, Brown thrives on physical play, and that's an area where Forbes has been tested repeatedly. Brown's own approach this week has been telling. He brushed aside questions about facing Forbes, choosing instead to focus on timing with Jalen Hurts and smoother execution on offense. That mindset signals one thing. He's not treating this as a personal duel. He's treating it as an opportunity to spark the entire passing attack. For Philadelphia, this is the chance to finally open the field. With the Rams missing their top corner, the door is open for Brown to deliver the kind of performance that shifts momentum and silences doubts about the Eagles' air attack. One explosive afternoon could tilt the entire game. Matthew Stafford has seen every defense the league can throw at him, and that's what makes him dangerous. His ability to read coverages before the snap is still one of the sharpest skills in football, giving the Rams an edge whenever they line up. Against Philadelphia, that vision will be tested by a young but hungry secondary. The biggest threat for the Eagles comes from Stafford's receivers. Puka Nacua has carried his breakout momentum into another season, piling up catches and punishing defenses with precise routes. Add Davante Adams, a veteran still capable of taking over a game, and suddenly LA's offense looks like it has two top-tier options ready to strike. For Philadelphia, the answers must come from its new wave of defensive backs. Quinion Mitchell and Drew Makuba have already shown flashes of real talent, while Drew Makuba is quickly proving he belongs at this level. They've had success early, but this is the first time they face a quarterback who can punish even the smallest mistakes. The Rams don't just rely on splash plays. Stafford's comfort with play action and his knack for manipulating safeties makes every drive a chess match. That puts extra pressure on the Eagles' communication because one missed assignment can turn into a touchdown against weapons like Nacua or Adams. This is the test Philadelphia's secondary has been waiting for. Stop Stafford and his duo of receivers, and the defense will earn respect as one of the league's most complete units. But if LA's passing game finds rhythm, the Eagles could be chasing the scoreboard all afternoon. Few plays in football spark more debate than Philadelphia's signature quarterback sneak. The tush push has been called unstoppable by some and unfair by others. This week, the spotlight is back on it because the league has instructed officials to watch it more closely. That alone raises the stakes for every short yardage snap. The NFL even sent out a clip from last week claiming the Eagles should have been flagged for a false start on the play. To make matters tighter, the assigned referee crew for this matchup has one of the highest false start rates in the league. That combination almost guarantees the push will be under a microscope from the first quarter. Inside the Eagles camp, the tone is steady. Players and coaches have shrugged off the noise, repeating the same message. If the play is legal, they'll keep running it. They view it not as a trick, but as execution and teamwork that anyone in the league could copy if they wanted to. For the Rams, this becomes a mental challenge as much as a physical one. Knowing Philadelphia can convert third and short or fourth and short almost at will forces defenses to adjust in ways they normally wouldn't. It stretches out drives and wears down a defense already missing key pieces. If the Eagles run the push cleanly on Sunday without penalties, it sends a message bigger than the yards gained. It tells the league they can handle the scrutiny, adapt to the officials, and still win the play everyone else wants to erase. For all the talent on Philadelphia's roster, the offense has drawn heavy criticism. The main concern is variety, or the like of it. Route combinations have looked predictable, and too many possessions have stalled without explosive plays. That's a sharp contrast to the creativity fans expected heading into the season. Saquon Barkley has also been held in check. Defenses have keyed in on stopping him, forcing the Eagles to grind out yards instead of breaking runs in the open field. Without his big gains, the entire attack feels slower, and drives have leaned too much on short completions. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are still producing, but even they've been limited by the system. Defenses know the routes are coming underneath, so they sit on the short throws and challenge Philadelphia to test them deep. Until the Eagles stretch the field, defenses will continue to crowd the line and make every yard a battle. The focus naturally turns to play caller Kevin Patullo. He's in his first year guiding this unit, and early results show a cautious approach. Fans are asking for more aggression, more risk, and more chances for the stars to shine. Conservative football might protect the ball, but it won't silence critics. This game gives the Eagles a chance to flip the story. A strong outing on offense, with deeper shots and a faster pace, would prove that the unit is more than safe passes and short runs. Against a banged-up Rams secondary, the opportunity is right in front of them. The Rams bring balance, the Eagles bring star power, and now everything comes down to execution. Both teams enter with playoff expectations, and this matchup is the kind that sends a message to the entire league. A win here is more than a number in the standings. It's proof of who still controls the NFC race. Philadelphia's defense has carried the load through the first 2 weeks. Young players like Quinion Mitchell and Drew Makuba have stepped into big roles and looked ready for the spotlight. Add veterans like Zadarius Smith and Jalen Carter, and suddenly this unit has the mix of energy and power that can disrupt even the best offenses. But defense alone won't decide the season. The offense must rise to meet the moment. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith form one of the most talented groups in football, and games like this demand they play like it. Delivering balance and explosive plays would erase doubts about their ceiling. The Rams won't back down easily. Stafford, experience, and his pair of dangerous receivers can test any defense. Los Angeles is the kind of opponent that punishes every mistake, which means the Eagles have no margin for sloppy drives or wasted possessions. When the final whistle blows, one team will leave with momentum and belief, while the other walks away with questions. For the Eagles, this is the chance to silence critics and remind the league they remain one of the most complete rosters in football. This is their moment to prove it. Blessings to all my Red Zone Report subscriber family. Your support means everything. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and I'll catch you in the next one.